All right, welcome to another IELTS speaking practice video. So today, only one student left from class IELTS 43, and she, Miss Trúc, is going to do her speaking practice. All right, so let's start with part one first. I'm not going to start with something easy like this. Oh, I pressed the wrong button, and you see it's like this. Okay, anyway, let's start with part one first. And I'll choose a random topic. It's 107. Let's talk about cafe or coffee shop. Remember, Miss Trúc, there's nothing called cafe shop. Không có cái nào gọi là cà phê shop đâu nha. It's just cafe or coffee shop. Okay. So what kind of cafe is popular in your city?
There are many cafe in my hometown, Ho Chi Minh City. It's really popular because not only big brands such as
You mean big
high high
brands?
big brands such as Highland, uh,
The coffee
Starbucks.
house, Starbucks, what's it
Yes,
called? And I think there's a brand with the word the K cafe like this, you know. I've seen something like cafe with a K, you know. Big brands of coffee. Yes. What else can you say?
there are also many uh, coffee shops.
Mhm.
Is quite small in scale, but it's really popular in my hometowns.
Mhm.
Pe- People seem to love that kinds of coffee shop
Mhm.
because they can feel the comfortable
The
feel.
comfort. They can feel the comfort, right?
They can feel the comfort every time they spend their time
But
in there.
actually, look at the chairs, you know. The chairs in those cafes are often not comfortable because you don't want customers to stay there for a long period of time and only order one coffee, you know.
It's a popular situations
That's a
because
very common situation. Một tình huống rất rất là thấy hoài, đó chính là common situation nha. It's a common situation.
common situation that people just need a place to spend their time to study or just for entertainment, but they don't want to spend much money, and they find a place such as cafe called a drink with small um a small amount of money, and they
Mhm.
can spend all time in there
They can spend all the time there.
on their daytime in there.
I see. So then how often do you visit a cafe? Remember, every time you visit a cafe, you need to spend money. Not just for
Mm,
cafe, but also you need for food, you know?
yes. To be honest, recently I didn't spend time in a cafe shop,
Coffee shop.
in the in a coffee shop, but when I was in university, I spent all I spent most of my time in there for studying, because I just need to call a drink or something to eat,
Hmm.
and I can spend on daytime on my daytime uh, to study. I can use free Wi-Fi, free electricity to charge my laptop.
Okay. And also you can enjoy air conditioner, right? You can
Yes, of
enjoy the
course.
air conditioner because it's free. Yeah?
Yes.
People always go there to enjoy the air conditioner, you know. Hưởng máy lạnh. You can enjoy the air conditioner there because it's free. If you go to cafe, and also you can enjoy free Wi-Fi, isn't it? All right. So what do you usually order when going to a coffee shop? Matcha latte, maybe?
For me, I don't love coffee at all.
Mhm.
So when I go to a coffee shop, I
Mhm.
usually call tea, usually frosty, such as
Fruit
beaches.
tea, right?
Yes, such
I
as
see.
beach tea. Because I think that sometimes uh, the coffee shops where I visit, um, there are not uh, many good quality, quality of coffee,
There are not many good quality coffee, right?
quality coffee.
Mm.
And I think frosty will be more easy to drink.
Mhm. Be easier to
It's,
drink. Yeah,
it's easy to drink.
I see. So would you prefer going to a cafe alone or with friends? Now, it's a question of being alone or with friends.
I I think I like going to the coffee shop with friends
With friends.
because
With
with
friends.
friends because every time when I go into the coffee shops,
Mhm.
it's you is use usually for my times with my friends. We love sit together and spend our time to chat about what we are chat about what we uh, did. Sometimes just talk about us some things in our life,
Okay.
and I think that's um, our times when we spend for each other is really valuable.
It's really valuable. Yeah?
But I think going to the cafe alone is also a good idea sometimes
Mhm.
because when you need a place for your own time, you
Okay.
need to do something um, for yourself without
Okay.
anyone, and uh, you can sit in the cafe shop
In the
and
coffee shop.
enjoy in a
In the
coffee
coffee
shops
shop to
and
enjoy.
in
Yes.
the and enjoy a book that you like,
And enjoy books that you
uh,
like. Yes.
drink a coffee and listen some music. I think that idea is not bad at
It's
all.
not a bad idea at all. And you know, some cafe these days they have themes, you know. Những cái bối cảnh á, they have themes or styles that you can explore. Like for example, a lot of cafes in town, they have themes of say old bookstore, for example. They look like old bookstores or old warehouse, for example. Một cái gọi là cái nhà kho cũ ấy, old warehouse. Sometimes they look like uh, sometimes they look like a museum, for example, or sometimes they look like a jungle. Nó có những cái theme, cái bối cảnh mà người ta decor cái cà phê kiểu vậy, and etc. of course. And so, are there any cafes that you want to take your friends to, and why?
Mm. I want to take my friends to a cafe shop that's recently
Coffee
opened.
shop nha, không có cà phê shop nha, coffee shop.
A coffee shop that's recently opened near my house that called Catinat.
Oh,
It
Catnap.
is
Is this the one that just got shamed, ashamed by some incident, right? There was a
I
problem. I think there was an incident that happened with Catnap, was it?
is
Vừa có cái phốt đó đúng rồi. Incident đúng nghĩa luôn. Was it an incident? What happened?
because they post some
They
informations.
posted something that
They
is
posted
insensitive,
something,
you know.
yes, on social media, and that information spread very fast. People note their behavior and they hate that. They think it's really stupid action.
I see. Anything? And also like it's insensitive, nó là một cái gì đó mà một cái chính sách mà nó không có nhạy cảm với cái cảm xúc người khác. It's insensitive, and Katina actually did something, and then it makes people angry. So that's why they have to say sorry. So back to the question, are there any cafes that you want to take your friends to?
Yes, I'm talking about Katinas that recently opened near my house. It is decorated very beautiful with the tile
Very
with
beautifully, very beautifully, right?
beautifully which with a classical style
Classical style.
that many young generations that I can see they love there and going to visit there almost most are weekends, more of
Every
the
weekend, like
weekends.
almost every weekend, right? So almost every weekend they go there and visit, no?
Yes, almost their weekends they visit there. First, I think because their correct decorations, I think they love going to there because they want to take selfies.
Going there, phải là going to there nha.
Going there to take selfie and to meet their friends. I think so. But for me, if I have a chance, when in my free time, I can take my friends to there.
There,
Once
không phải to there.
to
I can take my friend there.
I can take my friends there to enjoy a drink. I really want to know that if their drinks is good or not, because their price are quite high.
Of course, Katina is not cheap, and there's a reason why they're not cheap, because they invested a lot of money in that place, I think. But seriously, okay, do you prefer chain cafes? Chain cafes means, for example, Starbucks is a chain, nó một cái chuỗi cà phê đúng không? Chuỗi cà phê, chuỗi quán cà phê. Do you prefer chain cafes or independent one? Independent ones like they are not in a chain. There's no big company controlling them. Nó không có một công ty lớn nào đó kiểm soát mấy cái cửa hàng độc lập đó. Anh thích đi cà phê theo chuỗi hay là cà phê độc lập? Do you prefer chain cafes or independent ones, and why?
In my opinion, I prefer independent ones, independent cafes. because I think that they are they have their own unique flavor that many trans cafe can have the same things. Once when I went to Dallas province, I will visit this coffee shop. I think it's a traditional style that the owners is Dallas lo locals. And I love the flavors they have. It makes me feel it's really take care of their business.
Take care of the business.
Take care of everything they is great. And I think the flavors is really good. The atmosphere there is also good. You can enjoy a drink in the cool atmosphere.
The cool atmosphere.
I love in the cool atmosphere. That feelings make me feel comfortable and relaxing. I think other people can love Chance Cafe more because they really invest in their marketing and their decorations. But I don't think that their drinks is good enough.
Sometimes I think the chain coffees, the drinks are just like a joke, you know. Như là một trò đùa. It's like a joke sometimes. I think it's like you pay only 10% of your money goes to the coffee itself. 90% you're paying for the free Wi-Fi, for the decoration, and for the operations of those places. Cái vận hành của những nơi đó tốn tiền phải không đâu? But only 10% you pay is for coffee itself, I think. Right. So what do you think about people working or studying in cafes? Do you often see that?
Not only people who are working or studying in cafes. I think there are many people spend their free time in cafe because they don't want to spend more money for other things, but they don't know what to do or where to go.
Okay.
But for me, people who working or study in cafes, there are also there are the reasons for that.
There are reasons for that, of course.
For me, when I was a student in university, I didn't have much money for coffee shop.
Did you make your own coffee back then? Yes.
With the basis motivation that I want to drink something, but I usually go to coffee shops for studying because I can enjoy their free Wi-Fi, free
Of course,
air
it's not really
conditioner.
free,
Of
you know,
course,
it's not really free.
of course.
Nothing is for free.
And you have a place to sit. You don't have to pay more money for other things than your drinks as snacks. I think it's quite cheap for me to study in there. Once when I need when I needed to do an exam in my for my computer degrees. In my free time before I go to the exam room.
Yes.
And I didn't know where to go. So I decided to go in a coffee shop.
To a coffee shop. I decided to go to a coffee
to
shop.
go to a coffee shop and take a nap.
You took nap in coffee? In cafes? Really?
Yes.
I mean, is it easy?
Yes,
It's not that easy, you know?
It was not easy, but I sit and sleep at the same time.
Oh, I see. Well, why not, right? Anyway, let's go to part 2 now, shall we? It's time. Okay, let's try something. I would like you to try something newer. Okay, remember about space? We talk about the topic of space, right? Outer space and stuff. And you have 108 about artificial intelligence, you know? Okay, let's do 108 first. Describe a time that you use AI or artificial intelligence. You should say when you used it, what you used it for, how it helped you, and explain how you felt about using AI, artificial intelligence. And do you think AI can ever match human intelligence? Why not? Good question, isn't it? And do you think humans will lose all of their jobs because of AI, because of artificial intelligence? Why not? And are there any problems with people relying too much on artificial intelligence? Think about the fact that students these days are super lazy. They don't want to do their homework. They use AI to do the homework for them, you know? And of course, teachers know that, and there's a fine against that, of course. And there's still an ongoing debate, you know, but people these days are super lazy, to be honest with you. They don't want to study. So it's a growing problem around the world, a big one. And also think about the fact that you don't know exactly what's real, what's wrong, what's real, what's AI anymore. Because artificial intelligence, people can use it to make fake videos, fake contents, you know. There's a lot of fake contents by AI online these days. Có nhiều cái nội dung mà giả mạo bởi AI lắm luôn á, trên mạng luôn á. All right, so think about that. Okay, can you describe a time that you use artificial intelligence? Remember that we need to use the word artificial intelligence, not the word AI, you know, because you should not use abbreviation in the IELTS exam, you know. Nhớ là thi IELTS đừng có dùng cái viết tắt nha. Và mình nói thẳng một cái từ như vậy luôn nha. Your turn. Part 2.
I want to mention a time when I use artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence. I remember that once I accessed a roving a roving software based on artificial intelligence. I can draw everything I want by based on what
I could draw everything I want.
It can draw anything I want based on what I devised in words for it. I found out about this through a random advertisement on social media.
Okay.
And I use it to illustrate an
Illustrate, to
from
illustrate.
to illustrate an image from my project. It's about New Year card design
What, a new
competitions.
year, what?
A New Year card, a New Year card design
Okay, a new year card design, yes.
competitions at my company, and I was truly amazed by the artificial intelligence ability. It can grasp my information and generate the idea in just a matter of seconds. Others, my artworks didn't win. Is I think I can use this application for future projects, and I find it quite impressive.
Okay. And so, okay. Right. So do you think AI or artificial intelligence can ever match human intelligence? Why or why not?
In some field, I think artificial intelligence
It's hardly
can
possible.
match can possible match
Can
human
possibly
intelligence.
match. Mhm.
Can possibly match human intelligence for a math field. I think because sometimes a computer can solve questions faster than a human can do,
Yes.
and they can calculate very exactly.
You mean
That's
they
it.
can
It's
calculate very precisely, right?
very
They can calculate precisely everything. Of course, because it's a program, of course. It's a computer program. They can do that.
and it's really important in any um, is any field that need it does need precision
Precision, precision,
precisions,
precision. Something that need precision.
especially in in science in sciences in science.
Okay.
That's just a small mistakes can do your work, your
Just a small mistake can ruin your
long can ruin your long times work. What
can
you
ruin your day, can
got
ruin your work for the whole day, isn't it? Just a small mistake can ruin your work, isn't it?
just small mistakes can ruin your work.
You don't want to work in a cafe and then the children running around and they may ruin your work, you know? They may just tap on your computer and ruin your work. You don't know. You don't want that. Seriously. So that's why when I go to cafes, I'm very careful whenever there are children around, you know. Anyway, do you think they can ever match human intelligence? Think about art. Can they make art that it's as good as what like artists can do? You think so?
As to art, in my opinion, I think that they never can match human intelligence about the creativity because
Creativity.
creativity because they can do a work seem to quite good about the melody, about the color, but it's not really touch the feel the emotions of the audience.
The audience. The emotions of
Yes,
the audience.
yes, emotions of the audience, because just artists can do that. I believe in that. Because sometimes you can enjoy a work, but you really love it, and you can't have the same emotions, the same feeling with the artist, but not with an artificial intelligence.
I see, I see. So do you think humans will lose all of their jobs? Of course, they are losing their jobs a lot these days, but do you think humans will lose all of their jobs because of artificial intelligence? Is it a possibility that we will all be replaced by artificial
Half,
intelligence?
Hopefully,
Ah,
I don't think so. Uh, mm, as we know that many jobs can be related by artificial intelligence, of course. What this resistant, as I talked about science, but um, even machine can do mistake. They can be they can be broken. They sometimes they are not work. They are not working, and at that time the repairman in need to repair them, and the repairman is a human, of course.
well,
Besides,
when machines break down, you need human repair people to go and fix them, So I still think repairman, technicians, they will not lose their job, I think.
I think so. That's who repairmen, any machines engineers always have their job.
Exactly. I think so too, because it's highly likely that there's a lot of machines these days and they fail regularly too, or of course, they require regular maintenance, they require regular maintenance to work properly. Nó cần phải được bảo trì thường xuyên để mà vận hành một cách đàng hoàng, một cách đúng cách nha. And of course, machines fail all the time too. So we need a lot of technicians in the future, I think. A lot more, actually. So, okay. So are there any problems with people relying too much on artificial intelligence?
It's a big problem when people relying too much on artificial intelligence. They seem to lose the ability in doing exactly anything. They use quite good in the past, because when they do the job, or when they do something regularly, they sharp their skill, and when they let artificial intelligence do that for them, to have more time for other things such as entertainment, for example, and they don't really work. So they will lose
They will lose. They
their
will lose.
they will lose their ability in uh, in professions, or even in the life skill, just as people rely too much on smartphone, that they can have a meeting in distance, and they don't have to meet others people, other their co-workers in persons.
Okay.
So seem they lose their communications skill, lose their social skill. They spend on the automated release message.
You mean automatic? You mean there's an automatic reply message?
Replies message.
There's automatic reply message. Okay. And what are the problem with that then?
I think people can lose their creativity.
Can lose, không có bị lost. People can lose their creativity.
Can lose their creativities. They they become more they become more reliant.
They become more dependent. Let's say reliant or dependent.
They become more independent.
Okay. You mean độc lập hơn hả? They become more independent. Are you
They
sure?
become more dependent. They become
more dependent on
artificial intelligence.
Artificial intelligence.
Artificial intelligence. And I think in general, a social community that have that there are many people many people like that will not able to develop. And something that are beautiful like art was enrich people life can be disappear some days.
Okay.
Because people just focus on machines that can serve them with anything they want. They just want to be comfortable and do less. It's what? Also for
I don't understand that. What you say and what?
Oh, I think people just want to be comfortable, don't have to work more, and let
or often very lazy, you know.
And becomes lazy. That also can
that can also be a very bad problem, you know.
Increase bad problems in their health, physical and mental health. I think it's these problems can these problems are become more popular in our society. Many people become fat or obese because they don't
they become fat or obese because
obese become fat or obese because they don't do outside activities much as in the past.
Okay, I see. Right. How about students? The problem I told you before with students cheating in exams, cheating because they have artificial intelligence to help them. What do you think about that problem?
That problem is really serious
Mhm.
that should be considered carefully
Consider
because consider carefully because children is mm, the future honor of our society.
Mhm.
So they have to be equipped enough skill and knowledge. If they rely on artificial
Artificial,
intelligence,
artificial
artificial intelligence to
intelligence,
do their
artificial intelligence.
artificial intelligence to do their homework for them, or even they use advanced device to
Mhm.
cheat when they have exams at school. I think really really bad and can cause bad influence for
Mhm.
them.
Can cause bad influence to them. Okay, I see. Now, all right, that's good enough. Let's go to the next topic. I would like you to try, um, okay, let's try 109. Describe a story about space. It's about outer space, that you have read. Không gian vũ trụ, cái chủ đề đó. Wait a moment. I think, oh, it's 108, right? Okay, this is 109. Let's see. Describe a story about space that you have read. You should say what the story was about, when, what happened, who were involved in the story, and how you felt about câu chuyện không gian vũ trụ. And think about, there's a lot of story about people going to outer space, like billionaires or astronauts going to the moon, something like that. Of course, there are people living on the International Space Station right now. You know that, right? ISS, yeah, không gian vũ trụ quốc tế. There are people living there and they do a lot of research there from many different countries around the world. This could be a story that you can say and talk about as well. Okay. And part three about space and outer space. Do you think every country should have a space program? Why not? A space program is like making rockets, going to space to do research, to have a space army, quân đội trên không gian, a space army, or to have programs to launch rockets to outer space, something like that. Do you think every country should have that? Think about the tremendous cost, Think about the tremendous cost of that. Chi phí mắc lắm phải không? It's very expensive. That's why rich country can afford that. But I don't think Vietnam can. Now, so think about what we can do with the space program. Of course, you can have the right to gather resources. Khai thác khoáng sản không gian, yeah, to gather resources on outer space. You can have the right to expand your territory to other planets, for example. Mở mang cái bờ cõi lên những hành tinh khác nha. To expand your planets, your territories to other planets. It's your right, nó là cái quyền của mình. Because you have a space program and others don't. Những người khác không có nhưng mà em lại có chương trình không gian thì em được quyền tôi chống cái cờ đó. Đó, đất là của tôi chẳng hạn. Think about that. Alright, so do you think mankind will one day colonize other planets? Em có nghĩ rằng loài người sẽ một ngày nào đó chiếm hữu những hành tinh khác không? Think about, think about Mars, think about Venus, think about other planets that you learned before. When Earth is no longer habitable, it means people can survive there. Khi mà trái đất nó không còn có khả năng gì là hỗ trợ sự sống tốt nữa. When people can no longer survive there well because the Earth is very polluted now. And when the resources run out, you know, khi hết tài nguyên rồi, we need to go to other countries, to other planets, for example, Mars, for example, on the moon, you know. Think about it. What do you think drives people towards space exploration? Em nghĩ điều gì hướng con người tới với chuyện mà khám phá không gian? What drives people toward that? Is it just because of sheer curiosity? Chỉ mình sự tò mò thôi sao? Chỉ một mình sự tò mò thôi. Is it just about curiosity? Sheer curiosity alone? Or is it because of greed? Sự tham vọng, tham lam ấy. Is it because of greed or sheer curiosity or because of other reasons? You know, it's actually because of greed that people explore a lot of things, you know, bởi vì do là cái sự mà tham vọng, lòng tham con người mà con người ta mới phát minh ra nhiều thứ mà, you know. So I think space exploration, greed is also a very important factor, I think. And do you think the Earth will one day become inhabitable? Anh chị có nghĩ rằng trái đất sẽ một ngày nào đó trở nên là không thể sống nổi được không? Inhabitable, it means people cannot live or survive there anymore. You think the Earth will one day become inhabitable? Do you think the Earth will one day become inhabitable? Think about what I just said. Okay, let's do 1L9. Can you describe a story about space you have read before? History.
I want to mention a story.
I would like to mention
a story about space that I have read on.
I have read.
I have read on an article. I think it's I remembered is about space tourism, and there are many projects.
There are many projects.
There are many projects to commercialize this industry. For example, I remember a company has proposed the idea of building a space city that there are many entertainment activities and many equipment that built to serve that idea, like the space hotel and the space hotel will provide travelers with many comfortable experience, and the low gravities generated by the city's system will allow guests to move around and engage in normal activities that seems is unavailable in the past.
That seems unavailable in the past, right?
Yes, that idea really is interesting for me. Those I know that is hard in the real time. And
are in real life?
In real life, and just people who are really rich, of course, can afford that.
Can afford that, yeah.
Yes, but every time when you discover some idea that's really potential, can happen in the future, and it's provide a better standard living standard for humans. I think is really work work taking taking an attendant and to know more about that, and sometimes uh, you can see it as a interesting story that you can talk about it with your friends.
Mhm. All right. So, do you think every country should have a space program? Why not?
Mm, I don't think so, because its countries have uh, have their own target in important reason that important field that they need to spend their money, such as educations, uh, economy, and army, for example. And sometimes space programs is not a priority, especially with countries that um, are dev- that are developing developing, such as Africa, where really is poor, and and the people need food and health care than
Of course, they need food and healthcare all the time. Yes.
than space programs. I believe that.
Okay, I see. All right.
And of
So,
course,
yes.
yes, I want to talk more that of course space programs can be a good idea for for educations, but it needs to be suitable with the real situations in each regions and nations.
I see. So, do you think mankind will one day colonize other planets?
I I really I really hope that one day uh, this idea can be real, because the earth seems to be narrowed
Okay.
for for people uh, for the populations.
Mhm.
When humans are become more and more in the uh, in the number of and the and the and the reasons for is for each person to live seem to be narrow, and that's cause many problems. I think
Mhm.
so, about about lack of
The lack of
food,
the lack of
the,
food.
the lack of food, bad healthcare, bad educations, the decrease of living standard, and lack of
The lack
living
of the lack
and the
of.
and the lack and the lack of living space.
Okay.
That's really a lot problems.
That's really a lot of problem, of course. I see. There's a lot of problem, lack of and there's no oxygen on space, you know. Remember that. That's the most important problem. We need to basically turn the whole planet into something that can support life, you know. Mình cần phải biến nguyên cả cái hành tinh đó thành cái gì đó mà nó có thể ủng hộ sự sống được thì mới sống được nha. So it's hard. It's really hard, I think. So what do you think drives people towards space exploration?
Primary motivations that I think is curiosity and knowledge. Humans have a desire of understand what they didn't know. And of course, outer space are some things it really is mysterious. Even
Curious, you mean?
even mysterious. Even nowadays, when people have more knowledge about them, it's still an interesting thing.
Okay.
And know about and have knowledge about outer space can provide many benefits about science. That when people discover space, allow for various scientific fields, including physics and geology, understanding phenomena like dark matter, black holes, and
And black holes
and also base subjects that lead to that leads to knowledge about the weather.
Yes, exactly. Whatever the knowledge about weather is actually very important for a country. For example, we could know to prevent damages. Like for example, we could know like there's going to be a massive storm, so the whole country can prepare, you know. Without the knowledge about weather, it would be very bad, you know. Your country would always be in a bad situation, and you are passively, you depend a lot on the weather, and there's no real preparation, you know. It's not good. All right, so do you think the Earth will one day become inhabitable? Because we are doing a lot of bad things to the Earth right now.
I don't usually think about that, but of course, it's also an idea that should be considered. That's why many scientists find a way to go in outer space for a new home, for human new home. That's because the Earth are becoming too narrow for people to live. The lacking of food, the lack of food, living space, and clean water that make humans' life become more hard, and they have boost their efforts more to earn money because nowadays the price of products become more expensive, and it's even not deserved with the quality of them.
Yes.
And a small and a part of the reasons this is about the lack the shortage of resources.
Okay, there's a lack of resources. That's why we need to go to other places. But I still think the Earth will still be habitable. I think so, unless the countries started a war against each other and then kill each other with nuclear weapons, you know? If they started a war with nuclear weapons, oh my God, everyone will die. Bắt vào một cuộc chiến mà chơi vũ khí hạt nhân là tất cả mọi người sẽ chết hết. Of course, the Earth will one day become inhabitable because of nuclear weapons, you know, and that could be super bad. All right, I think that's it for today now.